As President Donald Trump has noted, Democrat California Rep. Maxine Impeach 45, Waters has become the face of the perpetually angry anti-Trump wing of the left in this country. While Waters may intend to stir up the leftist base with her anti-Trump rhetoric, she has also succeeded in riling up the base on the right. Indeed, Waters has been demanding Trump be impeached since the moment he took office, even as she is incapable of putting forth any legitimate crime for which he should be removed from office. Those calls for impeachment only encourage Trump's supporters on the right to defend him even more. Waters also recently called for leftists to confront and harass any Trump administration officials spotted in public, a clear sign of the coarsening of our society and current volatile nature of political discourse that has sunk to disconcertingly low levels in the past couple of years. Popular pro-Trump vloggers Diamond and Silk, whose real names are Lynette Hardaway and Rochelle Richardson, joined Fox News host Jesse Waters on his program Saturday evening to discuss the anti-Trump stance adopted by the Congresswoman, among other topics, and characterized the member of Congress who has incited harassment against the Trump administration as a domestic terrorist, according to Real Clear Politics. About midway through the segment, Waters asked the ladies for their response to remarks made by Trump at a rally in Montana about Maxine Waters, and proceeded to play a clip of the commentary in which Trump referred to her as a low IQ individual, with a level of intelligence somewhere in the mid-60s. Maxine is in a bit of a beef with some of the top Democrats. Chuck Schumer told her to pipe down with all the crazy talk about rushing people at restaurants, and now a bunch of black Democrats are saying, "Hey, leave Maxine alone," crying Chuck. It's just a little civil war over there on the Democratic side. What do you guys think? The Fox News host asked. "Oh, yes, it is, and the president is right," Diamond replied. Maxine Waters' IQ is very low. Anytime a congresswoman go around and we look at her as a domestic terrorist. She is telling Americans to attack other Americans. It's a problem. But you know what? Maxine Waters, and her rhetoric, is like the gift that keeps on giving to the Republican Party, so we want her to keep talking, because she represents the party of divisiveness. Diamond added, an assessment that Waters seemed to agree with. That is true. She does help Republicans a lot, Waters replied. But he wouldn't go so far as to agree with the other part of the women's assertion. I wouldn't go so far as to call her a domestic terrorist, he said. That might be a little over the line. Diamond and Silk may have gone too far in referring to Maxine Waters as a domestic terrorist, but the pro-Trump vloggers certainly have the right to condemn the vociferously loud critic of the president. As private citizens who enjoy the protections of free speech as guaranteed by the First Amendment of the Constitution, Diamond and Silk can say whatever they want with regard to public officials, in much the same way that angry leftists can say anything they want about the president and his associates. Though she has incited harassment against members of Trump's administration, Maxine Waters hasn't explicitly called for violence against them. Though it isn't hard to see how simple confrontations and harassment could quickly escalate to violence in unfortunate circumstances, so it is difficult to pin the domestic terrorist label on the Congresswoman just yet. That said, it isn't a stretch to surmise that other Trump supporters hold a similar opinion of Waters. The Congresswoman better hope that no violence occurs as a result of her instigation of public confrontations and harassment, as that could make the harsh label a bit more apparent.